Surprisingly, Raphael Varane and Paul Pogba, who both made their debuts, retained their place after their first appearance against Georgia.
I have to say, as debuts go, and they both were fantastic debuts. The biggest surprise for me is that Benzema starts ahead of Giroud.
Monreal is the replace for Jordi Alba down the left-hand side. There's no David Silva either. He's suspended, but Xavi Alonso are back.
Well, you expect the passing range from Xavi Alonso. That was missing against Finland. Spain simply could not get around the back of them. Up front, it's as you like, really, between Pedro Villa and Iniesta. All are perfectly comfortable anywhere along that front line.
So it's Les Bleus against La Furia Roja. The Blues against the Red Fury. It's the Blues, the French, who seem to be the team in the ascendancy, but how fickle fortune can be in football, as Mathieu Valbuena almost gives the French the perfect start to the game with a piece of trickery.
Goes for the spectacular here, Valbuena.
A 1-1 draw against Finland. Spain's second draw in a row in this World Cup qualifying campaign after the 1-1 draw against the French when they met in Madrid back in October. And in both those games, they have conceded very late equalizers, particularly against the French, when Olivier Giroud had a goal 3 minutes into stoppage time at the Vicente Calderon. Remember, only one team in these European qualifying groups guaranteed of progression through to Brazil. If you finish second in your group, it could be the playoffs as Benzema makes his way forward. Still searching for that elusive goal to end a run of games without one, which stretches to 11 now.
Comes up against a group of defenders who he knows very well, playing his football in Spain.
Right, set up invitingly for Blaise Matuidi, the PSG man playing in his home city. Sergio Ramos was pleading for calm at the back. Bright start, though, from the French. Third competitive meeting in just 9 months between these two nations after their meeting at Euro 2012 at the quarter-final stage. That was a game easily won by Spain in the end, a fairly limp display by the French, what proved to be the last under Laurent Blanc, but under Didier Deschamps, it's been a different story. Here's Sergio Ramos, scorer of Spain's last 2 goals in World Cup qualifying. Christophe Jallet, another PSG man at the back for France. The touch on from Benzema. And Ribéry can't get there.
French will just sit off, let Spain have the ball in their own third. Playing a very high line at the back, keeping things really compact.
Error from Busquets, and the French have pounced. Benzema has been shielded wide by Piqué, did well to get the ball in.
The goal for Finland came from a similarly loose pass through midfield by Spain. You have to say the French do have the pace to hurt the Spanish on the counter-attack if they aren't careful, or rather careless in possession.
Xavi Alonso almost found his way through to Pedro. And Nacho Monreal trying to fill in for the absent Jordi Alba, and that's going to take some doing, as Alba has been spectacular in recent months. Spain have predominantly attacked down that left-hand side with Jordi Alba and Andres Iniesta so often providing the ammunition. Will it be a different approach tonight? Xavi Alonso scored both goals against the Spanish in Donetsk, at European Championship quarter-final. The tantalizing question, Shaka, is this any more than a minor blip for the Spanish? These 2 consecutive draws and second place in the group. Will normal service be resumed tonight?
I think so, and it won't be that long, really. If you're French, you're hoping it lasts for at least another 90 minutes.
Here's Monreal. Oh, what a cutback, and it should have been the opening goal. Just as you were saying, Shaka, and Xavi holding his head in his hands here, blazing it high.
Xavi's questioning how he misses this. This is put on an absolute platter. Great cutback by Monreal. You thought it was 1-0. Should have been. You just wonder if those missed chances come back to haunt the Spanish.
Well, look of relief, perhaps, on the French bench. Bitterly cold night in Paris. The blankets are out for the players. Good work from Paul Pogba. Juggling skill from Ribéry. But Benzema was just a hair offside.
Just looking along the line here, Karim Benzema should have known better. Great football by Frank Ribéry. Clever to pick him out.
Wasn't much in it, but enough. France will take great heart from the start they made here, but also the loud alarm bells that have been ringing as they were let off the hook by Xavi's wayward finish. Any questions tonight, Shaka, about how the French were going to approach it, given that a point in the overall group picture would probably suit them down to a T, as Benzema gets the shot away, and not enough to really test Victor Valdez.
Well, Benzema does really well here in possession. Pulls off Gerard Piqué, makes the yard of space himself. Doesn't really catch it well. Surprised at the lack of confidence you see from Benzema in the French shirt, given how well he plays for Real Madrid. It's often the other way around. Players seem to play better with their national teams than with their club teams. Just one of those spells for Karim Benzema. Still, as a striker, I think he's better than Olivier Giroud. Though Giroud is the player in form, certainly for the national team.
It will be interesting as the evening unfolds to see how the crowd react to Karim Benzema, because they were getting on his case, weren't they, at the end of that game against Georgia, despite a comfortable victory for the French.
I think they'll understand that in many regards it's almost thankless task he's playing today. Up front, all on his own. Midfield will switch off to make that midfield area compact.
Really should have been the opener, shouldn't it, Shaka?
On this level of the game, you expect that to find the back of the net every single time. You don't miss that kind of chance and not live to regret it. Saying that, if there's one team in the country or in the world that can miss chances and somehow come out victors, it's Spain.
8 years to the day since Xavi scored his first Spanish national team goal as well. Again, a good combination for the French with Valbuena providing the sharp point of the attacking dagger. Piqué, though, was across to dull it.
I think Gerard Piqué gets a little bit lucky here, goes to ground early. If Valbuena takes that a little bit straighter, I don't think Piqué is getting there. He found himself in trouble, the Barcelona man.
First corner for the home team. Valbuena at the controls. Didn't quite sit up for the shot. It was a nice cutback against the grain there, but dealt with by the Spanish defence. Pedro is back helping out. Spain have won both their away games in the group so far, Group I. 1-0 at Georgia and 4-0 at Belarus. Back in the fall. Pedro got a hat-trick in that win against Belarus. modest and shabby. And England have claimed the lead in their big qualifier in Montenegro. Wayne Rooney with a header in an early corner. Massive day of World Cup qualifying, of course, around the globe. Big staging post on the road to Brazil. It's the start of a long day of coverage here on the ESPN2 as well, with Mexico against the United States to come later on. Goalless through the first 10 minutes as Spain take on the nation known as the neighbour upstairs. And France are upstairs of Spain in Group I at the moment. That can change with the Spanish victory here. Arbeloa entering his cross. Chalet getting at least half away.
French are keeping it very compact. It's really tight. See again, Frank Ribery's the one tracking back. But that line between back four and that midfield five is no more than 7 or 8 yards. Not giving the Spanish a lot of room to play, and they also play rather narrow, allowing Spain the wide areas. Spain aren't going to hurt you. Crosses from wide areas.
Quick give and go between Pedro and David Villa. Didn't quite pay off. France having trouble clearing their lines, relieving the pressure. Busquets able to haul it in. Ribery, oh, dangerous, across the face of his own area. Hugo Lloris looking for an escape route. Amazingly, when you look back, Spain have only beaten France once in a competitive meeting, and that was last summer at the Euros. In many more friendly meetings than they have competitive games, and Spain did win the last time they came here to Paris back in March of 2010 in the build-up to the World Cup. They won here by 2-0. Both the goal scorers are playing today, David Villa and Sergio Ramos. And Italy have opened up the scoring against Malta. Mario Balotelli has been amongst the goals quite a bit of late. After the early flurry from the French, the match assuming a more predictable pattern, perhaps. Xhaka with the Spain showing the lion's share of possession, but France will look to pounce on these sort of moments with Ribery. There's 3 for company.
It's a great start by Frank Ribery in particular, down the left for the French. They're allowing the Spanish possession, comfortable possession. You just wonder, though, it's one thing if you're Finland to allow Spain as much of the ball as they'd like. It's another if you're France, top of Group I, and you're at home. The crowd will endure it, but for only so long.
Well, they have set the bar so high in recent years that it is sometimes tough to meet those expectations for Spain, Xhaka.
It really is. I mean, have a look at Iker Casillas. Frozen out in more ways than one. Spain have been so good over recent years that many have wondered as to how best to play against them. Is it just to allow them possession? To try to meet them high up the park? I think Deschamps has gotten it just about right so far.
Now Chalet has been sprung here with a lot of space to work with. Christophe Chalet, the rampaging fullback, the cutback. Oh, and Benzema, he's getting closer, but it still won't happen for him.
Chalet does really well here. Doesn't have much support. Delays it just long enough for Karim Benzema to come onto this ahead of Sergio Busquets. I thought Busquets got a little nudge on Benzema. Just probably put the Real Madrid man off slightly. Didn't miss by much, though.
Keeping you up to date with developments in World Cup qualifying. Rafael van der Vaart. It's been a hot hand recently for the Dutch. They lead Romania by a goal to nil. Here's Nacho Monreal, the relatively new Arsenal player, having moved from Malaga. January transfer window, Gerard Piqué seeking out Iniesta. Didn't quite fall David Villa's way. Good look at the two managers, Didier Deschamps and Vicente Del Bosque. Del Bosque, by the way, has already set a record guiding Spain in 69 consecutive games. It's the most ever in Spanish national team history.
Spain for so long have been the perennial underachievers. All of a sudden, well, around 2008, in the European Championships, and can't seem to stop winning.
Yeah, this era of international football, when you think about the last half a decade, has very much been defined by the Spanish. Already have done something that no one else has ever done. 2 consecutive European Championships and a World Cup in between. Now trying to get back to Brazil to defend the trophy they won in South Africa. Up against a real obstacle in Group I in the French. France team who've suffered so much in recent years. They're under duress here. Shot is on this time, and not that far wide from Xavi.
Just seemed to wrong foot Hugo Lloris as well. It's patient football by the Spanish. Didn't seem to catch it all that well, but really did not miss by that much. Just gets a little bobble. Pitch isn't the best here in Paris.
Well, 2 very different sorts of efforts so far from Xavi. One over the bar and one all along the ground, as Germany already lead Kazakhstan by 2 goals to nil. Talk about a mismatch. That's a world ranked number 2 team against number 137 in the world. Which is what makes this encounter so tantalising. It's so rare that genuine European heavyweights meet each other in World Cup qualifying. Over the top it goes, the offside flag is up against Pedro.
Below on that far side, it's got the freedom of the right wing, as we see here. Xavi Alonso, obstacle over the top of Frank Ribery. He's on all day long and in acres of space.
Mention those FIFA rankings, Shaka, and somehow France have actually gone down in the FIFA rankings since they drew 1-1 against Spain back in October. They were number 13 back then. They're now number 17 in the world.
Well, I'm not sure what to make of the FIFA rankings sometimes. I mean, this is as good a French team as we've seen for some time. Obviously, it's Zinedine Zidane wore the national shirt.
Again, a positive exchange through the middle, and Ribery bursting into the area, needs some help, which is arriving. Benzema trying to muscle his way through. Running into a red wall of retreating Spanish defenders.
Again, Frank Ribery does so well. He's holding the ball up under pressure like I've never seen him do before. Benzema joining in, but just smothered.
That man man in your picture, Mathieu Valbuena, has been instrumental in this French renaissance. He's been preferred to Sami Nasri right from the start, hasn't he, by Didier Deschamps, and it's proved to be an inspired choice by the French manager.
I think he's been a perfect complement to Jali on this right-hand side as well. Janin more tackle-minded than ever on the left. Ribéry will stay up, he won't come back. Valbuena covers so much ground, allows Jali to get forward. We saw with that opportunity, but 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Monreal evading one challenge. Iniesta looking for the runners, but away by Varane. "20 minutes gone at the Stade de France. No goals here, but plenty of goals in Nuremberg, where Germany now lead by 3 goals to 0 against hapless Kazakhstan. Sure, the Kazakhstan delegation have looked into Brazil hotels just yet. Unlike England, who've already booked theirs, apparently. Xavi Alonso. French able to break up the first wave of this Spanish attack, but another one's coming. This one, though, easily claimed by Lloris. 3 defeats in a row for him at club level. Xhaka, after being so splendid for so long in his first year with Spurs, just gone south a little in recent weeks, hasn't it?
Well, it really hasn't. Experienced fans will tell you it's about this time of the year that it always seems to go south for them. Lloris, I think he's been impressive since winning this shirt over from Brad Friedel. Continuing to establish himself as amongst the world's best goalkeepers, Frenchman.
And it's Victor Valdez. Let's not forget at the other end tonight, in place of the injured Iker Casillas. Here's Busquets, his club teammate, surging forward. Villa. Xavi, Busquets. Found a seam. Pedro. Caught hold of it, but no test really for Lloris.
This chance comes after poor throw by Hugo Lloris. French getting men back so quickly. The chance is all but smothered. Best opportunity probably fell to Busquets, who don't really seem to fancy it.
Seven Barcelona players in this starting 11 for Spain, 3 from Real Madrid, and the odd man out, Nacho Monreal of Arsenal. Arbeloa, back to Victor Valdez, who's had to be so patient over the years for his rare opportunities. So Iker Casillas is here, but still not anywhere near fit. Decided to come and join his Spanish teammates, though, in the French hotel last night. Matuidi, wide to Ribéry. They're asking for offside, and the assistant on the near side obliging.
First time we've seen Patrice Evra get forward at all in this game. Just offside. He thought the pass was coming a bit sooner. Giroud must feel unlucky not to be included in this starting lineup. Certainly is the player in form. Deschamps probably figuring that Benzema would know this back four as well as anybody in the French national team. Could be his day to break that goal-scoring drought that he's been on for the national team.
Well, the scars of the Raymond Domenech era haven't entirely healed here, Xhaka. There were many in the crowd who were actually booing Patrice Evra in the victory against Georgia, and he wasn't the only one.
There's only one way to win. Naysayers over, and that's my performances on the pitch. As instrumental as he was in that Domenech debacle, really. think ever since he's shown his commitment to the colours.
Referee is Victor Kasai. We've not seen too much of him so far, but he's quickly across here after the challenge from Matuidi.
It's very clever team mess there here, Busquets. Completely deceives Matuidi. I don't think there's any real intent in it. That's lucky.
Xavi Alonso. Iniesta and Xavi. Now Piqué. The Spanish obsession with possession. Something they've turned into a fine art. Arbeloa. Just probing, waiting for a seam to appear, which it so often does. They're asking for handball, but the referee not interested this time.
I think the referee gets this right. It's off the chest of Paul Pogba. Especially their possession, they're also more patient than anybody else when they do have it. The chance doesn't present itself, they have no problems in coming back out, just keeping hold of the ball, just waiting for the opponent to make some kind of a mistake, just to switch off for a second.
The dink over the top, David Villa to give chase, but to no avail. Villa leading the line tonight, and Vicente Del Bosque caught a fair amount of heat in Spain for only picking two out-and-out strikers. As you can see, Villa clearly offside there, but Villa and the Sevilla striker Alvaro Negredo were the only two strikers picked to Xhaka.
Well, I have to say I agree. The trouble is it doesn't give them much options when things aren't going their way, as things happened against Finland.
Shoulder from Nacho Monreal was a fair one. Valbuena, a little pocket of energy. He is on a bad cross either, but Valdez is there to claim.
France's two wide men's really have had a good start to this game. Frank Ribery and Mathieu Valbuena. Almost contrasting styles, really. Ribery has been calm and very composed, and Valbuena just has not stopped running.
Despite the recent blip, it's worth remembering that Spain had won 24 qualifiers in a row for the two recent 1-1 draws. It's in World Cups and European Championships, and they've actually lost a qualifying game since October of 2006 as Benzema the target, but Piqué doing the tidying up work.
It's also worth remembering that Spain lost the opening game of World Cup 2010 to New Zealand, of all people. Tournament which, of course, they went on to win.
As we said, I think it's a problem that many national team managers would love to have, the one that Vicente Del Bosque is apparently facing. This brief slip in form, he called it almost impossible, the way they conceded that late goal against Finland. Says we need to constantly evolve to stay one step ahead of opponents who study the way we play.
And that's the thing with having just one option up front in Negredo. I feel it. Desperate times that it gives them anything else that they can do. Just more of the same, and the opposition are able to cope with it. It could be rather frustrating.
ranks of midfielders and defenders lined up in front of an opponent's goal is nothing that Spain haven't faced before. It's a remarkable odyssey that they've been on in recent years. They have always found a way to unpick the tightest of locks. And even when they were criticised, remember last summer, Xhaka at the European Championships for perhaps playing too much tiki-taka, and then answered those criticisms with a devastating performance in the final.
I've never had any problem with Spain playing the tiki-taka, as it's been termed. I spoke about them being underachievers for so long.
A little chip over the top. Oh, and Pedro could be through. Did Lloris bring him down? Well, the referee having a good look at it. Pedro can't believe he hasn't got the decision, but it's play on. And France escape. It was a heart-stopping moment for them, perhaps, and their goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris.
Oh, in all honesty, I can't believe that Pedro doesn't get the decision either. I think he gets there ahead of Lloris. Heavy touch, yes, but I think it should have been given.
And meanwhile, play is raging on at the other end with Jallet looking to provide the cross. Well, that wasn't quite what he had in mind. And all the attention now on that man, Victor Kasai.
Well, I think rightly so. I'd like to have another look at this because I don't see how this is not given. Pedro gets it ahead of Lloris here, yes. Slightly heavy touch, but I think he gets there. If Lloris doesn't make contact, maybe he's on his way to ground, but still.
Well, is it one of those when the referee's deciding he was anticipating contact, Xhaka, and had started to go down? There clearly was contact, wasn't there? Almost knee-to-knee contact.
I mean, that's the only excuse I can offer the referee here, that he thinks that Pedro's on his way down when Lloris does make contact. I don't think that matters, in all honesty.
It's almost natural, isn't it, to anticipate contact? It's coming. The keeper's right in your face.
In that position, if it's not given as a penalty, then he should be booking Pedro. As it is, he booked the captain, Xavi, for protesting.
Well, as we so often say, Xhaka, we've seen them given, haven't we? Hugo Lloris, I imagine, is breathing some rather large sighs of relief at the moment. Pedro still metaphorically with his head in his hands, wondering why he didn't get the decision, but Spain are getting on with business.
As you can see now, that's twice that the French have been let off the hook. Once from the right foot of Xavi and the second by the referee.
Pedro is on his way again. Keeper cross this time. Only half away by Varane. Jallet. Fierce work by Valbuena again. Harrying and closing down, but there's not much relief for the French defence. Handball here against Matuidi. Provide Spain a set piece from which to work. So decided to take quickly. Villa. Perhaps wasn't the best use of that for Spain, and Patrice Evra looks for a way out, but ran out of room. Piqué. Iniesta. Xavi Alonso. Sergio Ramos, who's reached the century mark in terms of appearances for Spain. Surging forward is Iniesta. Pogba across to deny him the space. Lovely work by Spain. Chalet needed to hook it clear, but the reprieve is only a temporary one. And France maintain their defensive discipline here. Well, Villa seems to have got around the back. Patrice Evra let him get away. Memories of a Champions League final, those two played against each other, perhaps.
Well, Patrice Evra loses sight of David Villa. It's a poor touch, really. Seeing that he doesn't get a shot, I think Evra should have done better with it. And Villa, again, this has been a difficult pitch for these strikers to contend with.
Well, the more you look at it, Shaka, the more it seems incredible that a penalty wasn't given, and that look said it all from Pedro.
Well, Gasol mirrored his reaction.
Balotelli has a second for Italy against Malta. As another France attack ends prematurely. They've been rarer and rarer at French forays forward after a really bright start to the game by Didier Deschamps' men. But within 10 minutes, Shaka, the Spanish had exerted their normal stranglehold on proceedings.
Yeah, and I find it a little bit surprising, really, how much possession they are being allowed, seeing inverted commas. France aren't themselves trying to dictate a little bit more of the tempo of this one.
Ribéry. A goal against Georgia for him on Friday. He provided the all-important assist for that late equaliser by Giroud. The team's meeting in October. France's other games in the group have been a 1-0 win against Finland. It was away from home, and a 3-1 victory here against Belarus. Only room for one of these European powers to take the direct route to Brazil. The other one will have to suffer the potential agony of the playoffs as Valbuena sees his cross blocked by Monreal.
What about that for a pass from Paul Pogba to pick up Christophe Chalet?
Lovely turn by Ribéry, needed 3 to halt his progress. Delightful work, wasn't it, by the Bayern Munich man?
Really has been. I don't think I've ever seen Ribéry this composed and that much traffic.
Xavi Alonso now. Capacity crowd here. Stade de France, and there's the travelling French, or rather travelling Spanish fans who are making a bit of noise at the moment, very quickly drowned out by the chorus of whistles. Valbuena. Instant delivery, and Ribéry has done brilliantly here. He's in the clear. Franck Ribéry for France, but Victor Valdez to the rescue for Spain.
Second to last touch is just a bit heavy from Franck Ribéry. What a ball by Valbuena, up over the top of Gerard Piqué. And again, Ribéry, fantastic control despite the pressure from Piqué. 1-on-1 with Valdez, though, just over pushed it. Gave Valdez just enough room to come and shut the Frenchman down.
Well, first clear look at goal for the French of the night, and Victor Valdez winning just his 13th cap tonight for Spain, responding with a big save. He's had a couple of defeats in his previous 12 appearances for Spain, Victor Valdez, friendlies against Italy and Argentina. Valbuena. Spins his way again, and then he's upended by the close attentions. Xabi Alonso, Sergio Ramos. Combined efforts brought him down.
Better from the French, they've upped their tempo slightly. Also, little loose balls are all of a sudden finding blue shirts as opposed to the red of the Spanish. Gotten a little bit of momentum to build on here, France, just to close out this half.
Valbuena seeking to construct something meaningful here. The young Real Madrid centre-back, Rafael Varane, up against so many players he knows so well tonight, has come forward for this. Disappointing, though, by Valbuena. A shot from Cabaye, packed a punch. And the attack is still on, with Benzema on the ball. On from Koscielny. Ribéry ran into an elbow. And then the slide of Gerard Piqué. Persistence from Ribéry, though, paying off. Pogba. Back to Koscielny. France giving Spain a dose of their own medicine here with some sustained possession.
Much needed possession for the French. Game's a lot easier when you have the ball. This is a chance. That's the pass from Valbuena. And this touch is just a heavy one. Valdez is out quickly.
He's trying to nutmeg the sliding Spanish keeper, didn't he? And it didn't quite come off. Valdez, who appears to be on his way out of Barcelona this summer. And coming up later on, don't forget Mexico against the United States from the Stadio Azteca. We'll have a full hour pre-game show for you starting at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. Kickoff is at 10:30. And a full crew down in the Mexican capital as well to bring you all the coverage. Actually have a piece at halftime with us. Bob Lee and the boys stay with us for that halftime of this, just a few moments away. Reports of a minor earthquake this morning in Mexico as well, which I'm sure they'll some words on. This was Frank Ribéry trying to make waves for the French.
Just took it too close to the goalkeeper, Ribéry. Left himself with no real option but to try to get it through the legs of Valdez.
Which manager is going to be the happier, Shagger, if it stays this way over the last couple of minutes of the first half. Spain will feel they should have had a penalty, of course.
They could have had a couple of goals, the Spanish. Just feel that, certainly as this half comes to a close, they've been a little bit more frustrated. The French have upped the tempo slightly. See that Deschamps as well would be happy with his formation and how they've coped with the Spanish threat, the patience they've thrown, and they've shown in defending the Spanish possession.
Well, the French paper L'Equipe described this as an evening of dreams. Hasn't quite lived up to that billing just yet, but the French will be, I'm sure, happy with the state of play. Too happy by seeing Valbuena down at the moment. The Marseille diminutive schemer has been in rare form in the last few months. It's also been amongst the goals as well.
So player Valbuena, so important to French aspirations. He should make a recover from it. Seemed to just twist his ankle. Another challenge.
Look at Cesc Fabregas there on the Spanish bench. He was the odd man out tonight in the shuffle. to allow Xavi and Xabi Alonso back in. Fabregas had started against Finland and played in that false number 9 role of his as Villa finds no joy again. David Villa, the all-time leading scorer for Spain with 53 goals, but for club and country, still perhaps trying to rediscover his best form following that broken leg. As we head in at half-time here at the Stade de France, Franck Ribéry perhaps with the most clear-cut opportunity at the half, but Spain will feel aggrieved. They were not awarded a penalty after Pedro was brought down by Hugo Lloris. So still all to play for here, goalless after 45 minutes.